I know, right? You see the shoulders. Pop, pop on the shoulders. Oh, and hello. Hi, and welcome to the Pop Culture Green Room. I am your host, Kimberly. I forgot my name. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm your host, Kim Bryant, because Kim's easier. And okay, much easier. And y'all, today I've got with me. Yes, she is my co-host because a little bit for the moment. Okay, sorry y'all. We are laughing hysterically because we were literally trying to test we were we were trying to test out the sound, and when we were testing out the sound and trying to get a recording of it, um we didn't I kept recording and I thought I'd stop recording, but I didn't. It just kept recording and we're just all on the camera just trying to figure shit out. Yeah, it was quite the experience, but yeah, so now we're I know. Oh my gosh, it was so close. But thank you so much for this setup. So this is I'm enjoying guests myself. Of course, I'm glad we're here. And y'all, we've got goblets and this is goblets. Is that what they're called? Yeah, we've got goblets or almost like a Pim's cup and crystals. We've got crystals here, as you can see. And it's a good thing we've got crystals because we will be talking about a master of crystals by the name of Spencer Pratt. Mr. Pratt Daddy of all Pratt Daddies. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, of course, y'all, we are here today. One of the first things we wanted to talk about was the wildfires that are going on in Los Angeles, which I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it on my radar. But I do want to say there was a psychic though. I want to say there was some psychic that I was listening to, and she said that there was going to be like a huge natural disaster. Oh, there were a few? Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, I remember. I knew I saw somebody. It was a few months ago said that something was like it was going to be a big natural disaster. But I was thinking whatever because it said it was going to be in California. Well, I mean, so we wanted to she was going to call. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's true. But then it was what else happened? It was the oh my gosh, I had it on the tip of my tongue and I don't remember. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll come back to it. I'll circle back. However it was. Okay, so these fires started. It's been bad. It's been wild because of what's so scary to me. It's just the fact that oh, that's what I was saying. Okay. So I was thinking, okay, California, that's where I was hearing that it was going to be like a really bad natural disaster. So of course my mind immediately went to earthquakes, not fires. So and I don't know if it's because of me being from Louisiana originally that and that my brain doesn't really go to fires. I go to earthquakes right away. And I think fires may be what they were. I don't know what Californians worry about more. If anyone from California listens and wants to chime in and let me know, tell me, are Californians more worried about the fires or the earthquakes? I can't remember, but let us know. You can let us know in the comments, whatever, like let us know because I'm curious to know. That's yeah, that's I don't know that. Because we do worry about other things here. Right, we worry about yeah hurricanes, but like for me, I worried about earthquakes. I didn't really worry too much about fires, and it may be because I was in San Diego, and out in San Diego we didn't really have much of that. Not where I was. Like I was yeah, and I was closer to the ocean. And well, I was like kind of in East County too, like in the yeah, yeah, they are, and they're a little bit more, of course, more north than San Diego. But I didn't see any. I really didn't see any fires. The first fire I ever saw, the closest, was in Oceanside, and that was closer to like the Marine Corps base when I was driving to Los Angeles. So that was like the most I've seen. But it's just so crazy and it's wild. And I think what's really so wild is the fact that I was supposed to like I was actually planning on going back and moving back to California, but it wasn't San Diego I was going to go back to. It was going to be like the Los Angeles area. And yeah, and when my dad got sick, that's when everything kind of like not kind of, yeah, completely. Yeah, you do remember that, yeah. Everything completely changed. So it's been yep, yep. And it was a good thing I stayed, like for so many reasons. It's like I said, it's like I just 6. So it's been a wild ride, but here we are. So fires. That's where we were.
Spencer Pratt.
Yes, Spencer Pratt.
Shoveling up his crystals.
And yes, and cleaning them off and just trying to get the house. What makes me so sad, it's just here's someone that like a lot of people like bashed Spidey, didn't like them. They never bothered me. I just found that they were entertaining. I love the fact that they were just yeah, me too. I know.
Like that bluntness.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I always thought this entertaining, and it's so funny because even Blair had brought up how we loved when he would like he would do his like little videos and stuff, and he would get up in the morning and he would start with his he would have his tea in the morning, and what was that he was listening to? Yeah, and he had his music, and I forgot what he was listening to in the morning to get up, and oh, that's what it was. Yes, Taylor Swift. It was it was, that's what it was. Yes. Well, how did the song go? Was it "Look What You Made Me Do"? Look, he started his days off with that song, and then he would end the night with a glass of wine, listening to Enya.
Do you still have a Taylor Swift shirt? And he was like, still got one.
It's so funny, and I was like, but so he was always like so funny to me. But I love the fact that I'm like that they always. Every time they found an opportunity to get on television, make that dollar, like that's what they were doing. So I always respected their hustle. So I loved it. It bothered me any, but who would have ever thought that Spencer Pratt in 2025 would be the husband of the year?
Right. Everybody's talking about
I know. Like they've lost, like, I mean, his whole family, they completely lost everything. And of course, from my understanding is that they had I believe they had to get fire insurance at one point, and then they lost it. And then after they lost it, it's like obviously the fire happened, and then his dad like lost his home too, and it's a mess. And all their money, everything that they made, went into.
So did Stephanie lose her house?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Stephanie. I know his dad.
I knew that the last thing that they said, which was a couple of days ago, is that they were not allowing people into that area where her house was located.
Oh, okay.
So she doesn't even know yet.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Was the last thing that I heard.
Oh, God. Okay, so that makes sense.
You know, they weren't letting anybody in because of the looters. So even
right.
Hadn't been able to go do anything at their house. Like nobody's allowing in.
Okay, that makes sense. Oh, but no, that's just so crazy. It's just it's everything's just oh man, I could tell it was going to be bad, but yeah, like they lost everything, and I mean, of course, a lot of people they've got they're complaining and they're saying these are celebrities, they've got money, but I mean, they didn't have insurance. So it's like you said, like all the money went into the album that Heidi did, and then all the Hills money went to the album, and then everything else went to their things, their house. Yeah, no, you're right. It's paying off now. Yeah, right. Right, and now it's like it looks like they're reaping the benefits of it now. But I mean, but he's right, exactly. And then I mean, look at him. But Spencer's a salesman, and he's doing what he can. It's like he is supporting his family, and I mean, I like
what are you gonna do with the crystals that exploded in your house? He's like, I'm gonna go scoop them up. I'm gonna go bring them to the ocean, and I'm gonna wash them off because they've already had full moon energy.
That's
the dirt, the earth. He said they've been.
He is.
They just need water, the ocean.
Spencer, I want Spencer to do a Lemonade album. I mean, his own version of his like own type of version of a Lemonade album, like just a Phoenix. Tries now that yeah, it is. He did, and that's what he was like. He spent like everything went into that, and then. And I mean, and they like lost everything. And I know there's so many people that lost a lot. And it's like I was, and like even Janae Aiko was even saying and made the comment. She's like, I don't have Paris Hilton money. And a lot of these celebrities, they don't. Like she lost everything. And that woman went on a whole tour, a world tour, just got back, and I believe in. No more house, like just burned down, and that's so many people. But there's so many people that just don't have the means at all. But the one thing I will say is that I do like the fact that people are coming together and that they are different walks of life and are trying to help each other in a crisis like this. And it reminds me of hurricanes here whenever they hit.
We
So
definitely do that.
we do 1,000%.
It was just a little different this time. Seeing it was a little bit more of the celebrity, area that was affected, and seeing that they had to deal with it and feel what we've always felt on that end. So it was a little different for them to be like, "Oh wait,
right? Oh yeah,
end,"
yeah, definitely. And like the looks on their
they're the ones
faces.
trying to help.
It's like they didn't know what to do. It's like they were literally lost. And then some of and not only that, but a lot of people, first responders, and even other celebrities were out there just helping out who even lost everything. So it's oh yeah, that was definitely a wild ride. It's been a crazy 2025. But so already, her album, I believe it's called Superficial, it's already topped, I think, in iTunes.
Spotify too.
Spotify, and then they've got the billboard up in Times Square in New York. So I'm wondering what's next. I'm excited. I'm excited for it because it goes to show you like how social media, like the change in how we receive our information and technology and different things.
His hummingbird videos?
I haven't.
Oh, you never seen them?
Oh,
He like has. He'll put these little glasses thing on his kid, and the hummingbirds will come and like feed off of the glasses.
Oh, that one. Okay.
A whole bunch of hummingbird feeders on his porch, and they'll just come line up and feed.
Okay, got it. I heard him say something. I saw him like recovering like a hummingbird pot. I was wondering what that was about. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I wonder what he's going to do next year because they return to the same spot.
Oh,
So
that's why they do. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. What will the hummingbirds do?
Spidey?
I know, right? Yeah. Look at him deep diving over here. We're just deep diving away. Oh, this is interesting. Oh my. So yeah, that's been going on. So yeah, I'm just curious to see what'll happen. And then I see now fans are trying to push for Leighton Meester's album. Is that how you pronounce her name? Is it Leighton Meester? Leighton Meester? I wasn't a huge what was that, a Gossip Girl fan. But so I'm like off on pronouncing her name, but yeah, exact same. But they're fans are now they're pushing her album out and everything because of the fact that they're like she lost her house too. Let's see if we can do the same for her. So it's pretty cool. I feel like things are coming up that from years ago that we thought we would never see or hear from again, and it's resurfacing. Like I said, it just shows you the power of social media. That's dope, man.
Social media is crazy.
It is. It's crazy. I mean, look, I wouldn't have a podcast if it wasn't for like this is nuts. I never would have thought like back whenever I was like in college doing all the stuff that
when we started our Napsters.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, Napster was huge. Oh,
#1 social media back then.
Oh yeah, that was Sean Fanning, I think was the name of the guy that started. Yeah, that founded it. That how do I remember? Oh, I had to write a thesis in college, and it dealt with that. That's why I remember his name, and it was.
So I had like my mom would want to kill me. She would come in and she'd be like, "Why is there 12?
I'm sorry.
12,000 songs available to download?"
I know, it's so crazy. Oh my gosh, this is all so reminiscent. Shit, good times. Oh my gosh. But yeah, but I'm just fascinated. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen. I'm like every day I wake up and I'm like, tell me some more good news. Tell me some more good news. Cause I like feel good stories, Cause fuck, we started off with 2025 started off real shitty because we had oh my god, New Orleans.
Yeah.
And that was awful. Oh, that was awful. Like that was how the year started. And it's like I wanted to be more shocked than I was, but the crime out there has already been so bad. But I think with it being like a terrorist attack is just a whole different level. But oh my gosh, it's so tragic. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely one of those things. But Oh wow. But oh my goodness. But let's see here.
Like I
Mm-hmm,
do, I want to say what I want to say about that, but also
mm-hmm.
like one of them things. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, I hear it. Yeah.
because when you say the word terrorist attack, I do feel like, and it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking away from that whatsoever. Don't
Mm-hmm.
get me wrong, but I feel like you served in the United States Army.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrorist attack of our own against our own.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah,
So
1,000%. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't like how people portray it like it's a terrorist attack from maybe ISIS per se when maybe he was in the army.
Yeah, he was definitely like one of our. He was definitely a
He was one of
homegrown.
us.
Yeah, he was like a homegrown. I guess like kind of like self individual kind of thing. It was yeah, very very interesting. But no, one of my friends actually that I talk to often. Um, he actually he went to middle school with him.
Really?
Yeah, the man who did that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he said so he didn't know him like after like high school or anything, but he said that just growing up, he just from middle school, to high school, like he said he was quiet, like unassuming, like they would, get him to like hang out
A
with
lot of
them and
people
do
said
things.
that
And
about him, that he didn't seem like he would be the type
yeah,
that
that's what.
carried out something like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty much what he said. And like I said, he also said he hadn't like known him like after high school, like into adulthood, but it was like he was blown away. So
I do know a couple of people that were affected directly from it. Uh, her husband was killed and was the last person that was ran over.
oh
And
my god,
then I knew somebody that clocked out 20 minutes before that was on that same block because he worked there. So it was a close call for him. And it's just one of
wow,
those things where I was texting a lot of people, just checking,
yeah.
hey, are you okay? Where are you
Hmm.
at?
Oh, same.
You know,
Hmm. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. But just to go, like I got chills. It's like,
mm-hmm.
look how close to home that was. Very close to home. It goes to show you everybody. Like, I mean, stay vigilant. It's
Mm-hmm.
like that's all. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. Like, stay vigilant. It's.
Aware of your surroundings at all
Hmm.
times.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely so. Oh boy, but on that note, who's staying vigilant these days? Drake's staying vigilant because when I thought that he was going to let this whole lawsuit thing or this uh threaten a lawsuit, when I thought it was going to die down, it didn't because apparently I think it was either announced today. It did come out today that he is suing. No, it was yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday that they announced. TMZ made the announcement that uh he is suing UMG. He's moving forward with that. So he's not letting it go lightly.
I do like a wine, what is it, wine W. Millie case where we get to see everything in the courtroom. I
Hmm.
want to hear what's going to go on in that
I
courtroom.
know, I know. That'll be interesting. I know, I know. I know, I know. And like we had my friend Andre was on like one of our like a legal analysts, and we like he broke down the at first like when it was like a petition, like he kind of like broke it down, and it was so funny his take on it. But he's a Drake stan, but I loved it. He's a Drake stan, but Andre gave his a fair take on everything. Like he was very fair. It was really cool. It was so much fun, and was, it was like he said. It's kind of like it was like analyst said it, I think on CNN. Blair had mentioned someone had said it. It's pretty much it's like equivalent of like going tell on somebody, like a student telling on somebody. Like I said, if in my mindset, to me, this whole thing, it's almost like if going to the principal on a fellow classmate was a person. This is what this whole thing looks like to me, It's
Their
like
day was better than
yeah, and it's just and I did kind of get like I did do get some of Drake's points where I think he's upset because he number one he's embarrassed, he's
mine.
humiliated. Look what happened. I mean it's Kendrick's blowing up and
Yeah, but how much more can you embarrass yourself? Because going forward, to me,
right.
was a little bit more embarrassing.
Well, and that's well, exactly, and that's what to me. It's like I felt like that. I felt like he was showing everybody what he's trying to say that he was hard, and then But to me, it shows that he's not that hard. If he's trying to see his record label saying that they're pushing this album, this record, Kendrick Lamar record, so and it's wild to me. But then also he's making a point that he's being called a pedophile and different things of that nature. But
yeah, but when did we ever start like tattletelling and rap battling? Like I don't ever remember being like, "Hey, you can't call me bitch."
mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Well, pretty much, and it's so crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, but but yeah, it's oh my gosh, but yes, that'll be interesting to see that. Calling law enforcement. Or is it like so? It's not being a Karen. It's like being a Ken. Is it like being a Ken? Ooh. We gotta sit on that for a second. Is that being a Ken? Is what for Drake? No, it's not. Aubrey. Yeah, I know it's Blair kept saying she's like Aubrey. Yep, that's exactly right. He's being an Aubrey. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's just been interesting in the news cycle lately. And let's see what else we have going on. Okay, here's the beauty of having a cell phone because we can look at the headlines because there's just so much.
We're going to talk about Kai.
Oh yes, yeah. I saw that. I love that video with him and his two kids.
Yeah, he was sitting at a pizza shop. And
yeah,
two little kids walked up to him, probably like my kids, age 6, 7 years old, little girl, little boy, that noticed him, and he was so excited to see them because they noticed him, and he ordered pizzas.
I know, it was
so
sweet.
So happy. I don't know. I just feel like he's become an inspiration to little kids these days, and you don't hear enough about him yet. He's starting to come up because my 15-year-old, I tell you, in the middle of the night, I'm hearing her 10 o'clock at night showers, and I just hear Kai talking because she's in there with her computer.
Streaming out. That's so funny. That's funny. See, and he first got my attention. I was watching TMZ because he's the one that had the whole fiasco happen, and Times Square in New York. And that's how I first heard of him and got wind of him. And then I was like, okay, so because I'm older, so it's me trying to get caught up with this younger generation, like what's going on. So
started like liking his videos or whatever.
Yeah,
pop up on my For You page. So I'm starting to, I guess, be a little fan also.
Yeah, no, I like seeing all these like random celebrities like popping up inside the house. Like the last video I saw, Kevin Hart was there. Kevin Hart was, I think he had on a onesie and was. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that, dip into that. And let's see here. They've got a lineup, it looks like, for let's see here, for the Fire Aid concert or part of it. Let's see what we've got so far. Who is going to the Fire Aid, the LA Fire Aid, for the raising money for the yeah. So let's see here. According to TMZ, let's see, we've got Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're among 15 acts. Let's see who else we have. Green Day, Jelly Roll, Gracie Abrams. Looks like Dave Matthews, John Mayer, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh yeah, there we go. Gwen Stefani, Joni Mitchell, Katy Perry, Lil Baby, Pink, Rod Stewart, Sting, Stephen Still, Steve Nicks, Tate McRae, and more. Every time Tate McRae, so every time I hear her now, and like I laugh because I think back to I was watching I was scrolling through my Instagram, and Chrissy Teigen is like one of my favorite people to watch, and she's so funny. And so she's a huge like fan of like the show Below Deck. And so she it's so funny. Actually, I have friends that were I'm going to get them on a podcast and soon because I've been so busy trying to get them on, but I've got 2 friends of mine were on there. Yeah, they were charter guests. Yeah, so I want to get them on again. I kind of get like their whole like take an experience on it. So because we're either going to meet in person and do it, or I don't know, we'll get it figured out. But anyway, so yeah, so she loves Below Deck, and she did this whole little video, like she was like a stew, and her kids were the guests, and it was so funny and it was so cute the way it was put together, and she was asking like what they wanted to eat and everything, different things, and then she was like kind of like stressed out over the menu, like pretending she was a stew, and she was dressed up like a stew. It was so funny, and she said that they were like, she's like they either want, I think, like to eat like either pizza or Chinese or something like that, and then she's like, and they want Tate McGray. And so every time I hear that, I just start cracking up laughing because there's just bots all over the place. So every time I hear her name, it's like I laugh and I think about, yeah, I think about, it is a great lineup, but I just think about her kids. I think about them, just the visuals of them bouncing around to Tate McGray. Oh, that is a good lineup.
That is a good lineup.
Let's see here, but oh man, and there was something else that was going on. I love how oh wait, I do have, well, how can I forget this? Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are being sued by Justin Baldoni for $400 million.
I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you didn't hear about that? Oh, have you heard about the whole lawsuit with the, oh goodness. Girl, let's see here. We don't have too much time to cover it, but if we go back to our last episode, we talk all about it. So we've got my one of my best girlfriends on, Dara Avinia. She's a celebrity publicist, and we go into it because what happened was it ends with us drama with the movie. Did you hear about any of it? So
No, but
what it was, in the beginning, it seemed like when the movie was being promoted that it was, the way it was being promoted, it seemed like it was like I guess almost like a chick flick, have fun with your girlfriends, get flowers and do all this stuff, the way that Blake Lively was portraying it. And then Justin Baldoni was pretty much like, no, this is a movie about like domestic violence. And then when people were seeing it, they were like, oh, wait a minute, this movie's kind of dark. It's not like what we were thinking. Like, it's kind of like false advertisement. So then, and it seemed like backlash is coming up about like against Blake Lively, and old clips of interviews of her like that didn't present her in the best light were coming out, and um and it seemed like Justin Baldoni was just like things are looking bad for him, and then all of a sudden she filed like a formal complaint, I guess, it was some like a legal document and for like sexual harassment. And then he came back with his attorney and filed a lawsuit against the New York Times. And now, as of today, he filed a lawsuit against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, and a defamation lawsuit is my understanding. Yeah, and because a lot of it too is in the movie Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds makes some references to, yeah, and
so
it's kind of like
interesting.
Yeah, oh, it's very interesting, and it's one of those things too. It's one of the things where the publicist actually like played a big part, and we're in the forefront of the whole like drama that was going on too. So
well,
it's
plus, Ryan Reynolds, he's not too much into much drama in the past, So with him being in the limelight now with a little bit of drama, it could be a little bit of comical because he is funny. So there's no telling what he could say that could,
yeah, and it's like, and it's so much, it's a lot. Yeah, it's very interesting. So it's really, I'm curious to see how things play out. But these are some like
media or something might get a little funny
in
the future.
But like these are like huge numbers, like some huge lawsuits. So that's how I'm like, whoa. I was like, I thought it was gonna stop at that, like at the New York Times, but like it did not. Was it the New York Times or the New York Post? I believe it was the New York Times, but okay. I have to check references on that one. But so there's that. Let's see what else I've got. Oh yeah, pretty much one of the things we can pretty much wrap up on. Wendy Williams. Y'all, Wendy Williams, she I heard a clip of her. I actually posted the clip on our TikTok and our Instagram and our YouTube channel as well if you want to take a look at it. If you listen to it, she chimes in and she gives her opinion about Diddy, about what, like, she chimes in and she starts speaking about Diddy. But I'm going to be over listening to the Breakfast Club tomorrow because she is going to, well, by the time this is released, it'll be it would have already aired because I'm gonna release this episode tomorrow. So anyway, Wendy Williams was on a Breakfast Club, and her episode on the Breakfast Club is going to be out tomorrow. And she is supposed to like say a lot of things and spill some more tea in regards to Diddy. So I'm here for it. But what made me so happy was hearing her. She sounds clear. She sounds like
That's good. It'll be nice
together,
to get
yeah.
her perspective and see,
For sure.
especially somebody that was definitely in the immediate
Mhm.
surroundings of those type of parties and stuff like that. It'll be nice to have her opinion on what's
Yeah.
right and what's wrong in her perspective.
Right. Oh
Okay?
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, 1000%. So yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. But anything else you got? Yep, I think that's it. Well, all right, y'all. For today, we're gonna go ahead and get that wrapped up. And again, I am Kim Bryant.
And I'm Liz.
Yes, and thank y'all for having us with the Pop Culture Green Room. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and share. And we will see y'all soon. Bye bye.